very tempting to identify the two. But the worldviews involved are totally different, you see. Bacon is a Christian theist, thinking of a divine mandate for knowledge that can serve certain purposes in relationship with God's kingdom. Dewey is a thoroughgoing evolutionary naturalist who sees experimental thinking as the way to resolve problem situations which threaten survival. You see, two very different kinds of orientation. Yeah. Dewey extends his experimental thinking to ethics. Bacon, well, hardly. He talks of right reason, but it seems to be a prudence that's very much influenced by classical conceptions. The Renaissance influence is still there. And he apparently was quite influenced in some of that by the resurgence of Platonism in England. Yeah. David? Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, because what his methods here provide you with is empirical generalizations about the causal relation between A and B, between C and X, the way it was in my example. Yeah. Very different. Yeah?
Did Bacon feel at all obligated to answer the doubts that Plato and some of the other past philosophers had about the reality of nature because of the changeability of it and the ways that senses conceive them?
He feels obligated to answer concerning the relativity of sense perception. And his response there is that his methods are geared to minimizing that relativity by multiplying the instances on the basis of which our general knowledge is achieved. If you're not sure if this one is illusory or relative, then you take another look at another case. The repeatability of scientific observations is crucial. So on the relativity thing, he thinks he has some checks on that. I don't know that he ever argues for the reality of physical bodies, unless it be in relationship to what he calls superstitious philosophy, where the sort of otherworldly contemplation of some of the Neoplatonists, you see, would be the thing in question. But his criticism of that is essentially the same as his criticism of Aristotle, that it's a disgustingly effete kind of thing when you have a mandate to do something about this world. You see? So he doesn't engage in, what shall I say, dialectical argument in refutation of Plato. His point of reference is always the creation mandate. And from that point of reference, he discards rather than refutes. Do you follow? David?
Sorry, then what was his view on law? His view on law and how law is it?
Well, I suspect it was rather like yours. Let's say it was a bad thing. He regards the story of the fall as historical. He regards human sinfulness in much the way that any reformed thinker would, as total in the sense that it extends into all areas of human activity. Total depravity doesn't mean that everything we do is bad or wrong all the time.
Talking about did he think the law somehow affected the laws of nature and how we get empirical science?
He doesn't discuss that possibility. What he does do is to talk about the way in which human disengagement has left things run wild. So he focuses on the effects on humankind and through humankind on nature.